In this quest to search for the meaning of life, first of all we will discuss about the most famous experiment, that is 21 grams experiment. The 21 grams experiment refers to a scientific study published in 1907 by Duncan McDougall, who was a physician. Now, McDougall hypothesized that souls have physical weight and attempted to measure the mass lost by a human when the soul departed the body. McDougall attempted to measure the mass change of 6 patients at the moment of death. One of the 6 subjects lost 3/4 of an ounce, that is 21.3 grams. McDougall's experiment popularized the concept that the soul has weight, and specifically that it weighs 21 grams. It all started in 1901 when Duncan McDougall, a physician who wished to scientifically determine if soul had weight, identified 6 patients in nursing homes whose deaths were imminent. 4 were suffering from tuberculosis, 1 from diabetes, and 1 from unspecified causes. McDougall specifically chose people who were suffering from conditions that caused physical exhaustion, as he needed the patient to remain still when they died to measure them accurately. When the patients looked like they were close to death, their entire bed was placed on an industrial size scale that was sensitive within 2/10 of an ounce, that is 5.6 grams. On the belief that humans have souls and animals do not, McDougall later measured the changes in weight from 15 dogs after death. McDougall said he wished to use dogs that were sick or dying for his experiment, though was unable to find any. It is therefore presumed he poisoned healthy dogs. One of the patients lost weight but then put the weight back on, and 2 of the other patients registered a loss of weight at death, but a few minutes later lost even more weight. One of the patients lost 21.3 grams in weight, coinciding with the time of death. McDougall disregarded the result of another patient on the grounds the scale were not finely adjusted, and discounted the results of another as the patient died while the equipment was still being calibrated. McDougall said that none of the dogs lost any weight after death. While McDougall believed that the results from his experiment showed the human soul might have weight, his report, which was not published until 1907, stated the experiment would have to be repeated many times before any conclusion could be obtained. Although this was a very groundbreaking thing, but McDougall was heavily criticized. Some even blamed him for selective reporting. Even after such a claim, the experiment was never repeated again. That was until 2001, when a physicist, Louis E. Hollander Jr., published an article in Journal of Scientific Exploration where he exhibited the results of a similar experiment. He tested the weight of 1 ram, 7 ewes, 3 lamb and 1 goat at the moment of death, seeking to explore upon McDougall's purported finding. However, the result was not repeated, and the weight loss was around 18 to 780 grams, whereas some other bodies showed weight gain too. But we can say that it was one of the pioneer experiment to determine the weight of human soul, and the question remains: does soul have a weight, or it doesn't? And we have to see that in future such experiment is repeated by someone or not, so that we can get a concrete result. Thank you.